Hi everyone, this is Pam from Bug Bites, and it's been a long time since I did a video, so please bear with me. And it's also been a long while since I touched the Gypsy, so I might be fumbling a bit. But today I want to show you how to do envelopes or envelopes, however you call it, for cards. So how to size the envelope to match the card. And one of the best envelope shape is from Plantain School book, and I want to show you a couple of ways how you size. There's two main things you have to consider when sizing an envelope for a card in Gypsy. One is when the dimension you want, card base you want, is automatically proportionate. For example, mainly most of them try to do a card using an 8.5 by 11 and cut it into half either way. So the dimension of the card when folded will be 4.25 by 5.5. So if the proportion, that is without messing with this particular golden linky, I call it golden linky. So if without messing with that button, if it automatically, the size of the card in whichever cartridge you have used, it falls under that, I mean it is proportionate automatically, then you don't have to do much. You don't have to mess with. So the steps are very easy to follow, and you can get an envelope very quickly. But if I want the dimension, folded dimension of my card to be 5.5 by 4.25, I have to do it another way. I have to resize the envelope for the card. Let's do it in the first scenario when it is automatically proportionate. That is, I do not want to mess with the golden linky button. So this key, 48, that key is your card. You'll have a card on that layer, one layer, and when you hold the shift lock, you will have the envelope on the same button. So this makes it easy. Just like the shadow feature, this means it's all layered. Most of it is layered, most of the time. That's how it is. So let me first choose the card. I'll choose the card, and without messing with the golden linky, that is, it should be on, it should be golden, and just change the size. Let us say the height, I want it as 5.5. Now let's see how the card turns up. When you see the width, it is 8.7, but we have to follow one other step. So actually, when we need the card to fit in exact size, it's better to go with the actual button. So it is 5.5 and it is 8.5. So the card is proportioned correctly because 8.5 is double 4.25. So this card is proportionate as it is. I do not need to mess with the envelope at all. So once I choose the height as 5.5 and 8.5, that's how it's going to cut. Make sure to put this off, turn this off, because you do not want the envelope to be also the same size. You want it to be relative to the card. So now all I have to do is, I have this selected, so this will come as a group. If I do not want it grouped, then I have to go out and choose the height as 5.5 again. So to avoid doing that, I'll just select the card, go there, press the shift lock, and select the envelope. Now I can ungroup and pull this, and when you try to zoom, you can see how there is about a little bit of allowance. So this mark, I hope you can catch that on the video, this mark is where there's going to be a score mark for fold. So when you keep the card, there is about, when I zoom out, there's about that much space for your card to go inside the envelope comfortably. So this is one way of doing it. The dimensions you want is automatically proportionate. Now let's see the next scenario. Let me just take it out. Now this is where it gets a little bit difficult. Now I'll go to the card height as 4.25 now. And I want the height to be 4.25, but the width, I want it to be 11. And this is where it is a bit tricky. So what I have to do is first take the size out, and then I'll move this out of the way, and I'll first make a square. So Planter Schoolbook has a square. I'll take a square or a rectangle, and with the linky off, I will get that to folded size. So this will be height 4.25 and a width of 5.5. So let us see if it's exact. Yeah, okay. See, there you go. There's some discrepancy. Okay, now that I've got the actual, I'll take that out. I'll keep the linky on first. It's always better to keep it on. You can always unlink it, but it's always better to keep the linky on. And I'll set my cursor to 4 point. I don't need to do that, but I don't want it to come to end up small. So first I move this over here in a space where I can see. Let me go to the next layer, open up another layer so that you can see the template. Don't switch off this eye. If this eye is on, you can see the previous page as a template on this page. Now I'll select the envelope, and you have to zoom, and obviously this width won't be the same, so you have to unlink this and increase this. Let's go and see, and let me pan. Now you can see that this is the end of the card. I want to leave a little bit of a gap so that the card can get inside comfortably. So then the height, since you have chosen the height as 4.25, that will automatically fit. So give that much distance on that side, and the width is too big, so you can see the measurement, so you can go about half an inch or something less. So let me first try to tap 14 inch. 14, let's do that, and again move that there, and that should be about right. So that fits perfectly in the envelope. This is where I improvise. Since it's gone out of that area, let us match size to 24 by 12. You can see by how much it extends out. So it extends out about 2 inches beyond the 12 by 12 paper. So what I do is I will flip this, because this is the top and this is folded bottom, and let's flip. So I want everything here to cut. Okay, maybe not this much. Okay, slide that up. See, that's the glitch, and I'm surprised that still not fixed that. When the shape goes out of the mat on two ends, it's very difficult moving, and it's been about a year since this glitch has been there, and it's still not fixed. I have to go back to that mat, place it here, and what I do is, once I place it, I will cut. You'll have a little bit of the top going. I'll measure that and get a decorative border that 2 inches from. You have the cake cartridge or Martha Stewart cake cartridge that has beautiful borders. So just get a border this length, height of about 2.5 inches. That's it. That's how you size an envelope to a card you want, when it's proportionate and when it's not proportionate. So thank you for watching.